My peoples, my peoples. Welcome to another episode of Box Center, your favorite boxing show. My people, y'all know how we do. We talking boxing. Ryan Garcia, Mario Barrios. It looked like that fight was going down. Now, that's looking like a tough fight. Nobody watching nobody. I hope there isn't anyone making those type of prediction. Oh, this person gonna watch this person, or that person gonna make it look easy. It ain't none of that. JJ's in their house. In the building. Salute my brother, Mr. KO. What's the deal, my G? Look, man. This is a tough fight, my peoples. I think for both fighters. We know the type of power that Mario Barrios got, and we know what Ryan brings to the table as far as power and skills. Um, they both have one. I think, yeah, they only have one opponent in common in Tank Davis. If I'm not mistaken, that's the only opponent that they have in common. Brett Lange, Barrios wins, I think. Look, man, that's a tough fight. Um, Barrios can fight, but Ryan, he's very. I think he's underestimated. People judge Ryan for his losses or for his worst performances and kind of discredit what he has done. And I think it's a tough fight, man. I myself haven't been able to make a prediction. I think it's going to be very competitive, though. JJ's in there. Jay Smith. I'm watching the Dodgers get off the plane right now in LA. Whoa. The Dodgers celebrating. This fight, I think that you guys have to take this into consideration. This is an opportunity for Ryan Garcia to become a world champion. You know, he had a title shot versus Tank Davis, fell short. And you saw what happened, the whole situation with Devin Haney. But now he has a title shot in the welterweight division versus Mario Barrios. This is a heck of a fight, my peoples. I don't think nobody's getting washed. Nobody's gonna, get made to look easy. They both can take a shot, and they both can fight. JJ's and that's everyone. Please hit the like button. Hell yeah, my brother, appreciate it. I told you, man, I'm gonna have to start doing the show in a unicycle and holding a lefty golf club while juggling two bowling balls. Maybe like that, people are gonna be, yeah, let me hit the like, man. This guy's doing a lot. Boxing ain't enough. So, I'm gonna say this. Right now, Shakur, we don't know if he's gonna fight Teofimo Lopez, but there's been a lot of back and forth. I would like to believe that that fight is gonna happen. I hope it happens. So they have Shakur versus Teofimo. You have Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios. Um, let's see what's gonna happen with Tank Davis, right? We don't know what's next. But as far as this fight goes, I can tell you, my peoples, I have a hard time making a prediction myself. I know that. I don't know why, man, but people love to predict that's going to be an early knockout and it's going to be made to look easy. I don't know why people love to predict that. This fight is not going to be easy for Ryan. It's not going to be easy for Mario Barrio. It's going to be a tough fight. And these are two fighters who have both been at that highest level. Ryan hasn't been a champion yet, but he's been in the ring with Tank Davis. And so has Mario Barrios. Now, obviously, Barrios gave Tank a tougher fight. It went, longer. Ultimately, they both got stopped. But let's see what happens in the head-to-head matchup. Now, let me just point this out, my peoples. As of right now, they haven't announced that this is a done deal. They just said that they're going back and forth in negotiations. But I know for a fact that Ryan Garcia wants to become a world champion. So because of that, I believe that they're gonna make this fight happen. He wants to be a world champion, and he believes that he could beat Mario. That right there is the combination to make this fight happen. Let me remind you. See it right there. Put the link up. Subscribe to Box Center 2.0, my peoples. Dropping exclusive content in that channel. Whatever you see. Hold on a second. Here we go. There you go. My peoples, subscribe to Box Center 2.0. Whatever you see on that channel will only drop there. There's already 7 or 8 videos. That's exclusive content. You won't see it on Facebook, IG, or anywhere else. Subscribe, my peoples. And once we get to 50 subscribers and I'm able to go live, you're going to see a brand new show on Box Center 2.0, which will be at night. You guys know about boxing for breakfast. You know what we do. We cooking in the morning, but I'm going to have a show at night, which will only air on Box Center 2.0. So let's get to 50 subscribers, my people. Subscribe to that channel ASAP. But I digress. Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios is going to be a super competitive fight. They're going to trade leather. And to be honest with y'all, I have a feeling that this fight is going to turn into a fight early. Jay said this. Jay Smith, it is easy to do. I haven't seen it yet. Gotta check it out. Gotta check it out, my G. It's already multiple videos, exclusive content. And it's like I said, man, you guys know that I don't half-ass stuff. I don't just do. If I'm telling you that I'm dropping exclusive content on there, you know that every single video on Box Center 2.0 is fire. Just like what we got going on over here, man. We're not playing around. I think this fight goes the distance. Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios is a fight that I see going the distance. Jay is in the house. Jay Smith, it's easy to do. I haven't seen it yet. It's what easy to do? I'm confused. Jay is in the house. The fight is all talk right now and no ink on paper. Yet yet the same thing with Tio and Shakur. We seen, they're going back and forth for social media, but I've heard rumors that Tio kind of want to pull out or something like that, but rumors is rumors. That doesn't mean anything. Let's see how it plays out. We know Shakur's about that smoke. We know Shakur is trying to fight everybody. It's just that everybody not trying to fight Shakur, man. That's just what that is. But I will say, if this fight happens, Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez is gonna be super exciting. It's gonna be super interesting. I mean, you guys saw, and I'm not comparing Teofimo to Zepeda, but you guys remember leading up to the Zepeda fight, the whole narrative was that Shakur was gonna be running, that his hands was too brittle. People told me that Zepeda was even gonna knock him out, and you saw how that played out. So I don't know who's gonna be next to get Zepeda, but Shakur not playing around, yo. Shakur Stevenson is not playing around. Which, by the way, we still don't know, my peoples, what's gonna happen with this whole Tank Davis Jake Paul saga. We don't know how this thing is gonna play out. Right now, MVP Promotions is under. They're saying they're investigating the whole thing, so we don't really know. There's a lot of speculation. I myself said that I anticipate that they'll pull out of the fight with Tank because of the controversy that's surrounding him right now. the allegations. I prediction, but it's being investigated. There are reports out there that they're, looking for a replacement for Netflix, or exploring different options. But we don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know if this exhibition is gonna happen or if it is gonna get canceled and someone else is gonna step in and take that fight with Jake Paul. There were some rumors that supposedly MVP sent an offer to Ryan Garcia. That hasn't been confirmed by them. And Oscar De La Hoya shot that down. Oscar De La Hoya was like, no, no, ain't nothing going on over there. We got something going on over here. Because obviously, Mario Barrios is a title fight that they trying to get done. So the whole Ryan Garcia is gonna fight Jake Paul, which by the way, I was saying that myself. Was it? I think yesterday I was saying that myself because that's what the reports were, right? That they sent Ryan an offer, and all of a sudden it's like, nope, nope. Ryan happens to be in negotiations with Mario Barrios, and that's the fight they trying to get done. So what is gonna be next for Jake Paul if not Tank Davis? We don't know. We shall find out. I believe that MVP Promotions is gonna make an announcement soon. I don't think they're gonna spend too much time. That's my perception, my people. Because remember, Jake Paul versus Tank Davis is supposed to go down in 2 weeks, y'all. It's in 2 weeks that it's supposed to go down. If that's the case, okay, let me know how exactly can they go through with this without announcing if they're going to. You guys know that they're gonna be, asked those questions about the situation that Tank is going through. So 2 weeks, I don't think they're gonna wait all the way till the end to say, oh no, we're not gonna do this fight anymore. I expect, and look, this is my Jay Stradamus prediction, my peoples. I don't have a source telling me, nobody telling me from the inside or nothing like that. This is what I'm saying myself, right? They announced that they're stepping away from this fight with Tank, and they're gonna have an opponent lined up, and they're gonna say something like, "Oh look, we're gonna fight this person." Again, my peoples, this is prediction. We'll find out if I'm wrong or not, right? But my prediction is that they'll distance themselves from Tank Davis and say, look, we're going to let that legal process play out, but we're going to go in a different direction. And innocent till proven guilty, so let's see how that plays out. But we're going to go this way, and we won't answer any more questions about the subject. And that's it. They're going to do something like that, which they already did, by the way. Because when they said that they were in the middle of an investigation, they said we won't answer further questions. So the next announcement is going to be similar. Oh, we're going to move on in a different direction, but we're not answering further questions. Now, how am I coming up with that conclusion? Simple. Just look at the image of Jake Paul. Whether you like him or not, but look at his image. This guy's a child actor from the Mickey Mouse Club who transitioned into YouTube and then went into boxing. Jake Paul, my peoples, has a squeaky clean image. By the way, hit that like button. Y'all need to stop ducking, yo. Jake Paul has a squeaky clean image. This guy's biggest controversy is when he snatched that hat from Floyd Mayweather. What? Think about it. What's the craziest thing you ever heard about Jake Paul? And then combine that with the fact that MVP Promotions is built on women's boxing. We was talking about that earlier today. Started off with Amanda Serrano and the rest of the ladies, world champions that are signed with Jake Paul. So I'm telling you, my prediction is simply based on the fact that this squeaky clean image guy who's dealing with Netflix is gonna want to step away from any controversy, any situation, any allegation, especially involving women. It's like, no, no, no. We out of here. But that's my prediction. Now, that that Mario Barrios is gonna make it look easy against Ryan Garcia. That's just disrespectful. I gotta say. Now I do see people, during this live, people say that you see Mario Barrios winning. That's okay because Mario Barrios he a world champion, and Ryan Garcia has never won a title, so it's okay to feel like Barrios is gonna. In fact, I think Barrios is gonna be the favorite. If I'm not mistaken, Barrios should be the favorite for this fight. Ryan Garcia will be going in as the underdog. The odds is not gonna be too. There isn't gonna be you're gonna make mad money on the underdog with Ryan Garcia. I think it's gonna be close, but wow. Let's see if they announce it. Once they announce it, I'm not even ready to make a prediction right now. I'm telling you guys that right this very moment, I'm not ready. Because you have the world champion going up against Ryan Garcia, who's right there. Ryan has the skills, the power. He has it all to become a world champion. Whether or not people believe in him or like him or don't like him, I've said it from the beginning. I've always believed in Ryan Garcia. And I've always said that he at some point is going to become a world champion. Is it now? I don't know. Like I said, I won't make a prediction just yet because this fight is just, to us at this point, is just something that we're reading about, that they're talking and they're going back and forth for contracts and all that. But in boxing, we all know until they don't sign that contract, you don't know if you got to fight or not. You don't know what's going to happen. So first, we have to wait and see if they're actually going to fight. Once that gets announced, all contracts are signed, this is the date, it's going down, that's when we can start making those predictions. Or at least myself, because to me, this is a tough fight to predict, y'all, for real. Mario Barrios can fight, Ryan Garcia can fight, they both have power, and I believe Ryan has that chip on his shoulder. He wants to become a world champion. And this is another opportunity. And you're talking about that green belt, that WBC joint. Man, listen, my people. Ryan Garcia is going to, if he gets this fight, we are going to see the best version of Ryan Garcia. But we're also going to see the best version of Mario Barrios. They both going into this fight with a chip on their shoulder. Think about Mario Barrios' fight with Manny Pacquiao. There's people that felt like Pacquiao won that fight and they gave it a draw. So you know that Mario Barrios want to go out against Ryan Garcia and show out and say, look, no, I'm the champion. I'm the guy right here. It's going to be a super interesting fight. If it happens, again, contracts, to our knowledge, it hasn't been announced, contracts are not signed yet. So is Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios going down? We don't know. We don't know if it's going down. We have to wait and see, my peoples. But I have to tell you, if it is going down, I'm super excited about that fight. Super excited about that fight. You guys know how it is. Styles make fights. And what Mario Barrios brings to the table, what Ryan Garcia brings to the table, this is an explosive showdown. We're gonna, we might actually see both of them visit the canvas. Like, that's the type of fight that this could turn into. And remember, I said this earlier. This is a receipt right here. We're gonna see a fight break out early in this one. I don't know who's gonna do it first, but one of them is gonna step up the pace real quick and get a little over aggressive, And the other one's gonna be like, oh, that's how you want to do it. And you're gonna see them trading nasty leather early on. It's gonna be one of those fights where it's like three, two, three, four cautious rounds, and then by the mid rounds, that's when they really get going. It's not gonna be that type of fight, my people. I promise you. This is gonna be one of those fights where early on they already trading bombs, and they trying to inflict bodily harm. Make your predictions. Make make your predictions, my people. Who y'all got? Corey B. I want Keith Thurman versus Jake Paul. I don't know what's up with that. Jake Paul, I don't know what's going on. Eugene Pearson. Salute. Tank Davis and Boots aren't helping make boxing great. Those two clowns. I mean, I don't know why you say Boots. Boots might be fighting Virgil Ortiz next. I'm hopeful. In fact, I actually spoke to Bozy. And Bozy himself told me, yo, we signed the contract, we ready. They got to do what they got to do, and we fighting. Duncan Carter, salute, my brother. Bam. JJ said that has Jay Smith. I believe what Rolly said, that Ryan not mentally strong, and he knew what he had to do to put him in his shell to win the fight. I mean, Rolly got him. Rolly's got him, but this a whole different fight. And a whole different style, too, because Mario Barrios doesn't really fight like Rollies, right? But I don't understand with the comment about Boots being a clown. This guy, a unified champion in the welterweight division, moved up one tune-up, and he may be fighting Virgil Ortiz next. I don't see a problem. I don't see it. Eugene Pearson, salute. Tank Davis and Boots. Oh, okay. All right. I don't know, man. I don't think they clowns for real. I really don't. Corey B. Tanks needs to try and settle the case ASAP. I mean, it's a civil suit. Settle that shit. The thing is, look, I'm going to tell you what the problem is. Sometimes they don't want to settle because when you do that, people are going to say you're guilty. Like, oh, look, man, he settled the case. He's guilty. So if you really are innocent, you don't want to settle. You're like, nah, I'm going to prove in court that I'm innocent. Now, if he know that little side happened, then the right thing to do, listen, give her money, get rid of that case. Because I'm telling you, the main reason, well, we already know this, the main reason why the Jake Paul versus Tank Davis fight is in jeopardy is because of that legal situation. That's it right there. So maybe if he settles it, they can proceed and have this fight, but I don't think so. This fight is still going down, right? Honestly, I personally don't think so. And I'm going to tell you something, and it'll be crazy if it plays out like this. Think about how they did Lamar Roach. Lamar Roach had a rematch date set with Tank Davis. You guys didn't see any cancellation of that fight. That fight was never canceled. We never saw an announcement, Tank Davis versus Lamar Roach canceled. Nah. They simply just announced a whole brand new fight. Tank Davis exhibition with Jake Paul next. That's it. Lamar Roach found out that he wasn't next at the same time we found out that he wasn't next. He saw a post about that fight. He said it himself. Damn, they didn't even tell me nothing. I just saw a post of that. So I think, or don't be surprised if Jake Paul and MVP pull that same move that Tank Davis pulled on Lamar Roach, if they now pull it on him. Maybe they won't even cancel it. They might just announce the next opponent. Oh, we're going to fight this person next. We decided to move on. We're not judging. We don't know the situation. So we're not going to make any further comments on that. I think they're going to end up pulling one of those. The okey doke. Yo, I promise y'all, Lamar Roach is sitting back there like, yeah. You see what happened? I was supposed to get this rematch. They played me, and look now. The whole situation, the way that it's playing out. Crazy, crazy. We could never have anticipated this. Is this, and I'm telling you, my people, it's 2 weeks. Jake Paul versus Tank Davis is supposed to happen in 2 weeks. Now, I'm gonna show you something interesting, right? If you look at Jake Paul's social media, his Instagram, that's where he's active, the most active. Always posting and stuff like that. Take a look at Jake Paul's IG, my people. And I'm gonna show it to you myself. Look. The last post on his Instagram is him promoting the fight. Him and Tank Davis. Damn, it doesn't even, I can't even show it. Well, it's there somewhere. I can't show that shit. But the last post, however, that post is from 4 days ago. So since this whole situation with Tank, Jake Paul hasn't posted nothing about the fight. Hasn't said nothing about the fight. Only MVP said, oh, we're investigating and there will be no further comments. I took that as, we're looking for another opponent. We're going to sign contracts, do deals with somebody else. And when we're ready to tell y'all, we're going to come back and let you know. They scrambling. They scrambling for somebody else if they don't already have it. JJ Sendejas. If Tank just wants to write a check, means that Tank is guilty. At least 80% chance. Boxing politics, Jay Smith. I mean, that's the reality. In most cases when people write a check, they something happened, to say the least. Sammy Chiba, your salute, my brother. Bam. So let me ask you, Sammy, right away, off the gate. Is Jake Paul versus Tank Davis still going down? What do you think? My people, everybody who's in here, what you guys think? And double tap that screen, man. Hit that like button, y'all. Stop ducking. Is Jake Paul and Tank Davis gonna go down? Because I'm asking, is it gonna be canceled? And my perception is that the fight's not gonna happen. Real talk, my people. I hate to do it as bad as you hate to see it done. I don't think the fight's gonna happen. Sammy Chiba, looks bleak. I'ma say no. Honestly, I'm with you on that. I don't think it's gonna happen. And I said this before, and those are things that really have to be taken into consideration. Look at who's MVP's roster. It's mostly women and world champions, respected women in boxing. You also have to look at the image of Jake Paul and his company. Squeaky clean. No controversy, no problems, no legal issues, none of that. So that's why I say I can imagine them distancing themselves from Tank Davis and not wanting to comment. Because this is how it works with the media. If they were to decide we're still going to fight, they're going to get those questions. Jake Paul's going to be asked about those allegations. The women who are on MVP, everybody associated with MVP is going to be answering questions about that. And they don't want that. You don't want to be associated with that. You don't want people asking Amanda Serrano, what do you think about your boss fighting Tank, who has allegations about this, and that? You don't want her to have to stand there defending you. Oh, no, I think it's cool because, you don't want to put your fighters in that situation. So I'm telling you, I feel like MVP, Most Valuable Promotions, they made that statement to be politically correct. Oh, look, we're investigating the whole situation and we won't be commenting any further. That's it. Now they bought themselves some time. to scramble, look for a replacement, make something happen, and the next announcement is gonna be, oh, we've decided to move on. We don't know about that situation. Let's let the legal stuff play out. But we're going over here. We don't really know anything about that, so we're not gonna comment about that further. We moving on over here now. We're gonna get something like that, but in different words. Jay is in the house. I think Jay should move on to someone else. Not saying anything mean about Tank, but he needs to get his straight. What if one of those girls was our sisters or daughters? That's the thing. And a lot of people say that Tank needs help, mental health assistance. I agree with that. The problem is that you can't just say somebody need help and not hold them accountable. You got to also hold people accountable so that they can change. If you don't hold people accountable, they stay in the same situations. Top clip-ups. Ryan Garcia will have a comeback. Bounce off the loss. I'm pretty sure he seems to be more popular than his contemporary. Let me ask you a question, though. Do you think he can beat Mario Barrios? That's the magic question. Can Ryan Garcia beat Mario Barrios to become a champion for the first time? That's the thing right there. Because Barrios can fight. And he got power too. And it's going to be Ryan Garcia's debut at the welterweight division. Can he beat Mario Barrios? And you know what? I'll say Ryan Garcia can absolutely beat him. He can. I'm not making a prediction. This fight, it hasn't even been announced. Supposedly they're going back and forth. If they do announce it, I'll make a prediction. It's a tough fight to predict. Anybody who says, oh, it's going to be super easy, Ryan is going to wash him, or Barrios is going to make it look easy. Nah. Nobody's getting made to look easy in this fight. And we're going to see fireworks. Early on, we're going to see Ryan Garcia and Mario Barrios trading some nasty leather. Remember, I told you that. Jay is in the house. Exactly, Jay Smith. Tank can't be writing checks all over town and not suffering any consequences. And that doesn't go just for Tank. That goes for anybody. Like mental health or any personal situation that you're going through. People go through stuff. It's not going to excuse certain behavior. Zell, they still selling tickets for the Tank Paul fight. Okay, let's see. Let's see how it's all going to play out. It's under investigation, and they're going to announce. I'm telling you, I don't think that fight is going to happen. Me personally. They have to sell tickets. It hasn't been canceled. But I'm telling you, I don't think that fight's going to happen. Let's see. Look, the fight is supposed to be 2 weeks away. So either I'm going to be wrong or I'm going to be right, and we're going to find out very soon. MVP Promotions is going to announce very soon what they're going to do. So guess what? Those tickets, they get their reimbursement. They're going to be able to either get their money back or switch it for a ticket for the other fight. That's it. Zell, that's going to be an easy fix. It's good business to keep selling tickets. Because then you say, well, we're going to get that fight, but we already sold all these tickets. We're not going to start from zero. Most of the people are going to want to keep the tickets for that fight. Eric Gomes, if the fight was off, they would have canceled ticket immediately. But Eric Gomes, nobody said the fight was off. The fight is not off. They haven't announced anything. MVP Promotion is investigating. My guess is that when they conclude their investigation, the fight's going to be off. And Jake Paul going to fight somebody else. That's going to happen. Let's see. We'll find out. It's like I told you. I'm either going to be right or I'm going to be wrong. We're going to find out. There's a lot of little things that I'm taking into consideration to tell you that I feel like this fight's gonna get canceled. Let's see. Top clip ups. I made a wrong prediction thinking Joseph Parker would win his last fight. If he gets off the alcohol, he could win. As far as Ryan Garcia, if he gets off the alcohol, he could win. Look, man, I can't even make a prediction on this fight. Honestly, I just can't do it. If they announce it and we find out that it is gonna happen, I'll make a prediction. But that's a good fight, man. That's a real good fight. It's a tough fight. We know the type of power Ryan Garcia brings to the table, and we know what Mario Barrios bring to the table. He a world champion for a reason. This is a heck of a fight. Heck of a fight, my peoples. I can't wait. I hope they make it happen. The same with Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson. That's a fight I want to see badly. You guys know that the hate that Shakur Stevenson get, a lot of it is based on the fact that he hasn't fought star fighters. Who he beat? Who he beat? And Shakur Stevenson got a damn good resume. But people don't like him, so they're always going to diminish everything that he does. But that resume is top notch. So if he was to get a fight with Teofimo Lopez, that'll boost up a lot of the hype that he needs around him for people to believe it, because Shakur is him, but people don't believe it. So he need a name. Like, this is what I don't understand, my peoples, about fans. Why do fans feel like a guy has to beat a fighter who's famous for them to be for real? If nah, he ain't beat nobody. He ain't beat nobody. Like, I could never really understand that, my peoples. But I think Shakur Stevenson will get that opportunity to step in the ring with Tank Davis. I mean, not with Tank Davis, with Teofimo Lopez, because Tank Davis been ducking him for the last few years. But I think he'll get that opportunity with Teo. I hope he gets it. And we finally get that action. But you know what? I got a feeling if Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez fight, and Shakur wins, people still going to find a way to hate on him. People still going to say something. Now, here's the question for you guys, though. I got a question for y'all. To my peoples who told me that Tank Davis was not ducking Lamar Roach because he was getting the bag with Jake Paul, yo, Eric Gomes, let me know. If he don't fight Jake Paul next, should he go fight that rematch with Lamar Roach? Because you did tell me that he wasn't ducking, it's just he was getting the bag. So if this fight fall through, does he need to go fight Lamar Roach? That's a legit question, right? For the people who said that Tank Davis was not ducking because he was getting the bag. Remember, I would do the same thing too. We would all do the same thing. Well, what would you do if this falls apart? Will you go do the rematch with Lamar Roach? Since everybody's saying he ducking. I'm interested. I need answers, my peoples. Somebody please explain this to me. The whole narrative has been, well, you know, he's going to get the bag, so he don't got to fight the rematch. Well, if this thing falls through, what do we expect? Corey B, rematch. So Corey B, where I'm headed at with this is that if the fight fall through, it might be a blessing in disguise. It might be a blessing in disguise. Because now, if Tank don't get that huge bag that people were celebrating for him, he might end up looking for that bag with these opponents that we want him to fight before retiring. Maybe the idea of retiring is off the table. And I don't mean off the table because Tank don't got the money. Because Tank been making millions of dollars for years at this point. So he got money. But if he wanted to retire with $40 million in the bank or something crazy like that, He ain't got that. He was gonna get that with Jake Paul. So where does Tank go next if it does fall through? Is it the rematch? I agree with you 100%, Corey B. It should be the rematch with Lamar Roach. That's who deserved it. That's who got robbed of a payday. Sammy Chiba. Why do Tank fans want him to have so much money? I don't know, man. I don't understand it. The pocket watching is crazy. I never seen a fan base that argue for guys' money so much like Tank Davis fans, bro. For real. I never seen that before. Ever, ever, ever. I've been following Bison for over 30 years, bro. Never seen it. Tanner Williamson. I don't understand Tank's wide appeal. Nah, my guy, I could tell you, Tank's appeal is based off of what he do in the ring. You know, he knocked people out. He has that one punch knockout power, that equalizer. And people love to see it. It's kind of like the home run in baseball. People who don't even watch baseball enjoy watching, boom, somebody hit the long ball. So it's the same thing with Tank. You know, even casual fans can enjoy a fight where it's going to be just 2 or 3 rounds and somebody's getting knocked out. I think that's it right there. Bison Junkie. Salute, my guy. Bam. JJ's in there. Jay Smith. Can you read my text? Oh, no doubt, my brother. JJ's in there. Look it up, everyone. If you don't believe me, it's online. Jay Smith, I just seen online that the fight is postponed as of right, and the ticket prices were plunging. Ah, you see? And what do you think happens when a fight get postponed, JJ Zendejas? Remember when Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford was postponed? What ended up happening with that? What you think happens when fights get postponed? I'll tell you. They find another opponent and you asked out. That's what happens. Eric Goins, Gervonta is going to destroy Roach in the rematch. Of course you believe that. After that, look what Lamar Roach did to Tank, and you talking about he's going to destroy him in the rematch. You don't remember what happened in the first fight? You're wildin'. JJ's in there. It's not happening. I'm telling you. And just, you know, JJ, I predicted right away that this fight wasn't happening. Right away I predicted, yo, when Tank felt in that type of controversy, all you have to analyze, Jake Paul got his squeaky clean image. He got his MVP promotions that sign mostly women. They support women's boxing and women. And Tank is involved in a controversy, you know, with allegations where it's gruesome, graphic allegations against women. Yo, they're not going to wait to find out whether it's true or not. They're out of there. I'm telling you. They don't want no parts to do with any of that. They don't want to be asked questions about those allegations. They don't want their fighters to be asked questions, because that's what people don't understand. You thinking that I'm hating on something like that. But what I need you to understand is from the perspective that they look at it. If they was to proceed with this fight, like, yeah, we fighting. Guess what happens? They're going to put a camera and a microphone in front of Amanda Serrano and be like, so what do you think about your boss fighting Tank Davis when he's dealing with these allegations that he did this, and that? And now Amanda Serrano is going to have to make a choice. Do I want to say something, you know, pro-women and for us, or do I want to try to protect my boss and be like, oh, now, you know, Jake Paul, there's no proof against Tank, and, you know, Jake, he's doing the right thing, you know. So the fighters will be on the spot because they're all going to be asked about that. And MVP doesn't want that. They don't want to be associated with that subject. So to me, it's really easy to predict that it's not happening. Eric Gomes, I hope you come through and you tell me, yo, Jay, damn, you said it that it wasn't going to happen, bro. Y'all over here talking about, nah, the tickets is for sale, it's going down. Eric Gomes, come see me when the shit get canceled, my guy. I hope you don't disappear. I hope you like, yeah. Jay Smith is Jay Stradamus. It's for real. He wasn't capped. Fight's not happening, my peoples. Now, the fight that may happen is this one. It may happen, and we want it to happen. Eric Gomes, Loma still might be an option. Oh my goodness, Eric Gomes. Lomachenko is retired, has never said that he's coming back, has never expressed interest in wanting to fight Tank Davis. I don't know what the hell you be thinking, bro. You too creative, Eric. You too creative, Eric Gomes. You come up with this delusional, like, why would you think that Lomachenko, a retired fighter, is an option when you have guys that are right there? Why would you, like, why would you not go with fighters that are actually active? Tank Davis, y'all just don't want Tank to ever fight none of the best that are active. You just don't ever want him. You just want him to fight guys that are washed up and guys that are moving up from a lower division. And then, damn, yo, y'all set the bar too low for Tank. Vic, Pacquiao versus Floyd for the Dinosaur Championship. Whoa, for the Tyrannosaurus Rex belt? Now listen, I heard or I read somewhere that it was going to be a real fight, like it's going into box rec and everything. Look, the first thing is I don't have a problem with that fight because they're both around the same age. Like, so I don't have a problem with it. But the second is that I watched the first fight and people tend to forget. The first fight wasn't exactly action-packed, my peoples. Let me just leave it at that. It wasn't action-packed. So, 50-year-old Floyd versus 48-year-old Pacquiao or something like that, I have a feeling this is not exactly going to be a barn burner. That's all I'm going to say about that. Corey B., it's hard to let go of our favorite old fighters. I mean, look, if they're going to fight, we're going to watch. And they're both going to make a lot of money. That's the reality. Vic, I'm concerned for the quality of the fight. Man, the quality of the fight, man, at their age, the quality of the first fight wasn't the best. Now imagine at this point, when neither one of them has, I believe right now, neither one of them could hurt each other. Neither one of them could hurt each other. So what type of fight is it going to be? I don't know. But based on the way the first one played out, man, it might not exactly be an action-packed type of fight. Sammy Chiba, they want Tank to fight a dude that had a career-ending back injury. Is crazy work. I don't understand it, bro. I don't understand why Tank Davis fans keep wanting to match him up with either somebody that's too old, somebody too little from a lower division. Like, damn, bro. Y'all ever gonna ask Tank to fight Shakur, Tio, Devin? Move up and fight Boots. Move up to 140. Fight Gary Antoine Russell. You know, something. Jay Smith, Loma's not coming back for anybody. He told Teddy that he has enough money. He sold his mansion in Southern California and ran into the sunset, bro. Rode into the sunset, bro. Listen, Lomachenko is never gonna have to work a day in his life, and he's never gonna box again. You see, what people don't understand is that some fighters, and Lomachenko is one of those, they come from a culture where they're not about materialism. They're not about consumption. So you don't see Lomachenko with a bunch of gold chains or with a car collection. Lomachenko doesn't own 3 Lamborghinis or a Bugatti, and he can have that if he wanted to. If he wanted to, right now, he could have a Bugatti, 2 Bugattis, and 2 Lamborghinis side by side in his garage. But that's not what he's about. He got mad money. A lot of that money's invested, and a lot of that money's in the bank. This guy's not blowing his money. So when you have someone like that who retired in mid-30s and they got mad money. They not coming back, bro. Forget about it. They not coming back. The people that come back in most cases, they either broke or they spending a lot of money, so they gotta do it so that they won't go broke. That's the most cases. But if Lomachenko has generational wealth, which he does, they ain't coming back. You can forget about it. You're not gonna see Lomachenko step in the ring again. Period. Wally Ama, what up, bro? Hopefully you and the family blessed tonight. What's the boxing topic? Salute, my brother. Same to you and your loved ones. So Mario Barrios and Ryan Garcia, it looks like this fight may happen, you know. And some people are saying that Barrios is gonna make it look easy. I don't believe that at all. I've been a Ryan Garcia believer from the beginning. I feel like he is gonna become a world champion. I don't know if this is it right here for him. I don't know if he's gonna beat Mario Barrios. I'm not willing to make a prediction just yet. But I think this is a great fight and another opportunity for Ryan Garcia to become a world champion. Vic, he started with the Bears. Oh, he sparred with the Bears. For a Classic C event. Wally Ama. So, look, I'm going to say, this fight right here, I promise you guys, it is going to turn into a fight early on. Both of these guys got power. They're going to try to inflict bodily harm upon each other. Let's see it, man. I hope they make it happen. Another situation that we talking about, Wiley, is the whole Tank Davis situation. The whole Tank Davis, Jake Paul. The fight is supposedly under investigation by MVP. They're apparently exploring other options. I made my prediction on that. I say that Tank Davis versus Jake Paul is not going to happen. That's my prediction. I believe that they're going to step away from that fight and look to distance themselves from Tank Davis, look for another opponent, and probably fight in December with whoever they choose. And I also believe that they're going to make an announcement real soon. I guess they already posted that the fight was delayed on the website or something like that. But delayed really means that they're going to cancel that shit. That's how I read that. Vic, what Tank do? I mean, there's allegations out there in companies. They normally, based on allegations, that's good enough. So, I don't know what Tank do. I just know the allegations. And I'm pretty sure, Vic, you know the allegations. You know? When you say, what Tank do? That's just like, you're going to be a Tank defender no matter what. So let's not even get into that conversation, bro. We don't know what Tank did. That's just how I can tell you. There's allegations, and companies step away from allegations. No. The allegations are not alleged. There are allegations. There are allegations. And when companies see those type of allegations, they step away from it. So, I know you want to use the word allegedly. Allegedly. The allegations are not allegedly. They're there. Documents have been filed. Court paperwork. It's already there. Companies don't want to be part of that. Okay. You just said allegedly, but you don't know nothing. Come on, bro. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it, Vic. This has been going down since yesterday and you don't know nothing? You just showed up over here? Stop it, Vic. We don't want to hear it. So just listen up, and you'll catch on. I don't know what's been happening with Tank Davis. Y'all tell me. That's a good one, Vic. I like that. Sammy Chiba. Tank seems to have a hand problem, Vic. Trust me, Vic knows better than everybody what Tank got going on. Eric goes, Tank don't need these dudes, need Tank. Listen, right now, that payday that you were celebrating for Tank is not going to be there no more. Tank is going to need somebody else. So, you keep crying about what Tank need and celebrating Tank money. You need to worry about what you need, bro. Well, I'm at. This is why I was wondering why they was going through with the fight if in the first place. Not honestly, I don't think the fight is gonna happen. I honestly don't believe that the fight is gonna happen. And that's my personal take. They haven't made a decision. They haven't made an announcement. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out soon enough. I believe that they're gonna make a statement soon about moving on in a different direction. Cause again, they don't want to answer questions about that subject. They don't want to answer questions about those allegations. Remember, Tank Davis, he's allegedly to have done, and I don't want to get into it. MVP promotion is made up of mostly women, mostly female champions. They don't want to answer about that. They don't want to hear that. Jason has Jay Smith. He's acting like he just came from under a rock. You know how it be. You know how it be. Vic, okay, I'll look it up. Sure, Vic. We believe you. Yo, JJ, we believe him. Vic is funny, though. I like that, Vic. Wally Hamad, personally, I'm looking forward to the Chris Eubank and Conor Benn fight. First one was a classic. I'm going to tell you something interesting about that fight, bro. The second one, it could play out exactly the same way, or it can actually play out at a way slower pace, where it's still a good fight, but compared to the first one, it might even look boring. And I'm going to tell you why that can happen. So, Chris Eubank, after the fight, the first fight, he went to the hospital. He was in the hospital for a few days from all the blows he took. So I don't know if he's going to want to make that type of fight again, where he's going to stand his ground and trade leather with Conor the Destroyer. He already felt those punches. He already felt what that feeling was like after finishing that fight, being sore your whole body. So is he gonna fight the same way? Or is he now gonna use the footwork this time around and have Conor Benn chasing him around while he's trying to time him, counter punching him, moving? So I believe that there is a possibility that we may see a lot more footwork on this second fight. If not, it's gonna play out the same way. That first fight, man, I believe is definitely going to be candidate for Fight of the Year. When they talk about fights of this year, that is going to be one of them. What a fight, my peoples. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, before I get the hell out of here, I want to give a shout out to everybody who tuned in. Remind you guys that tomorrow, Boxing for Breakfast kicks off at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And my peoples, don't forget to subscribe to Box Center 2.0. Exclusive content dropping on that channel. There's already multiple videos that are up that you will not see anywhere else. Not on YouTube, not on a different YouTube channel, not on Instagram, not on Facebook, nowhere else. Only on Box Center 2.0. Subscribe, my peoples. I need to get to 50 subscribers ASAP because I'm going to start another show that's going to play exclusively on that channel, or stream, I should say. Again, my peoples, appreciate everybody tuning in. Y'all already know what it is. Kawhi Elliott just dropped in to say peace and blessings. Late night gym work. Let's get it. Woo, get that work in. Get that work in, my G, no doubt. Can you put up the link? The link is right there. Look, it's actually, look at the link. The link is pinned. What's the channel name? Box Center 2.0. Right there, it's pinned. It doesn't show. I pinned it, right? It's not pinned. Damn, I was disappeared on y'all. Oh, if you, okay, there you go. It's Box Center 2.0, my peoples. I'm trying to get to 50 subscribers ASAP. The new show, I already got the new show ready and everything is all set up. The format and everything. And I know, man, I know you guys are going to feel this new show that I got for you. So this was going to make it interesting. Check it out right there, Box Center 2.0. This was going to make it interesting, my peoples. Oh, wait a minute. This was going to make it interesting. You guys know Boxing for Breakfast is on Mondays through Fridays. Mondays through Fridays, right? But there's gonna be another show that I will be announcing that's gonna be at nighttime. That show is only gonna play here. So that's why I need to get to 50 subscribers ASAP, my people. Subscribe to that channel. Again, you can see there's some videos that's up already. Those videos, the videos that you see on Box Center 2.0, once again, you will not see them anywhere else, my peoples. Tap in with your boy Jay Smith for that exclusive content. Again, salute to everybody. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Shout out to Zell, Sammy Chiva, Kawhi Elliott, Wally Ahmad, Vic, JJ Zendejas, and everybody else who tuned in. Man, I appreciate you guys. Remember, tomorrow, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Boxing for breakfast. You know how we do it. We're going to be lit, my peoples. We out of here. Bam. Hablamos mañana, mi gente.